The two new upcoming packages: Part 1, the physical infrastructure package, which is $1 to $1.2 trillion and has passed the Senate and is now in or going to the House of Representatives. We will be having an update on that in this video and what the House is planning or not planning to do on that, and how they're kind of quabbling over what to do with that next, as well as the next stimulus package, the $3.5 trillion stimulus package, which will be the largest stimulus package ever. And in comparison, the third stimulus check package was only $1.9 trillion. So this next stimulus package will be almost twice the size of that. We have a lot to talk about in this video, so let's just jump right in. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe down below. Okay, first up on unemployment lawsuits, where there's 25 Republican governor run states where, not all of them yet, but people are suing the states to get unemployment benefit bonus money and extra unemployment weeks back from the third stimulus check package. Remember, the third stimulus check package had unemployment bonus money of $300 per week and extra weeks of unemployment, um, extra weeks extended on past the normal amount that each state has. Each state can have different amounts of normal unemployment. Unemployment bonuses can extend that from the third stimulus check package. And all the Republican states have opted out of that, 25 Republican states. One by one, all of these, the people from these Republican states are suing their Republican governor, saying, wait a minute, um, we don't like that. And the people from their states are suing their governor one by one in these states, saying that was law. Because remember, when they pass a stimulus package, it's made into law. Okay. The House passes it, the Senate passes it, and the president signs it into law. Okay. Comes along. Well, these Republican governors have kind of said, well, I think that I can opt out of this. And this is what happened. I'm not picking sides or anything like that. And they have opted out of this law. Okay. And one by one, these the people from each state are suing their governor, and we've been having lawsuit battles in all these different states. Okay. And we have some new lawsuits, we have some new lawsuit challenges, and we have some new lawsuit updates. Here we go. Number one, a brand new lawsuit. I think it's a brand new lawsuit. Alabama. Lawsuit seeks to force Alabama into distributing federal unemployment dollars. Yeah, Alabama. In the midst of a labor shortage crisis and record low unemployment, a lawsuit has been filed seeking to force Alabama back into the federally funded unemployment compensation programs. Yeah, the plaintiffs in the case are asking a court in Montgomery County to require Governor Kay Ivey and Labor Secretary Fitzgerald Washington to opt back into several federal programs providing benefits to those unable to find jobs as a result of the pandemic. I also want to note that the unemployment benefits are set to expire on September 6th, which is at this point less than a month away. It is possible they could be extended in this next stimulus package. I don't want to say it's one of the most likely things because it's a little bit controversial. It's one of those things that pretty much like Republicans are very against, especially Republicans in Congress, okay? Like pretty much every Republican in Congress is against this. But remember that right now Republicans in Congress are the minority. Okay, back in 2017 to 2018, Republicans were the majority. They controlled the House, the Senate, and the presidency. Right now, Democrats control the House, the Senate, and the presidency. So the Democrats could extend unemployment benefits, $300 per week or any amount per week that they decide with this next stimulus package. Okay, but remember, we have these Republican governors that are opting out of this, so they could extend it. But if you're in a state that has opted out of this, well, then that's a different story. Florida lawsuit. A judge has set a hearing date in Florida. The Florida has rechanged their hearing date. You can see in Tallahassee, Florida, Judge Lane Smith of the Second Judicial Circuit in Leon County has scheduled 2 days next week for hearing arguments involving the unemployment lawsuit filed in response to Florida cutting off extended federal unemployment benefits. They have scheduled a virtual hearing for August 25th and August 26th. Okay, so current update is Maryland has won their lawsuit. The unemployment benefits have been reinstated. Indiana has won their lawsuits. Benefits have been reinstated and retroactive pay. Oklahoma benefits have been reinstated. Arkansas benefits have been reinstated. Ohio has lost the lawsuits. I believe they are appealing the lawsuit. South Carolina, the case has been dismissed. Louisiana has lost the lawsuit. Other states that are waiting on cases are Texas, Florida, Tennessee. I originally had reported that Tennessee had won, but I had to retract that statement because of a poorly worded headline that they hadn't actually won. It's still being determined. Louisiana has lost, and Alabama and Missouri are still waiting. If you have any other information on any of these states, please comment down below in the comment section. It'll help out our viewers or me. I will update you guys as I learn more information. New York City vaccine mandate begins today. As you can see here, New York City's mandate kicks in this week, meaning New Yorkers who want to dine inside restaurants, work out at a gym, or attend indoor concerts must show proof that they've gotten at least one of their shots. The citywide mandate is the first such requirement in the nation and will officially kick off today, with inspections and enforcement not starting until September 13th. Mayor Bill de Blasio said on Monday. Quote, we're going to do and begin with a lot of education, help people to understand how it's going to work, get everyone ready for it. Okay, on stimulus checks, I want to several different things to go with over on stimulus checks, the next stimulus package, and the infrastructure package. Number one, stimulus check scam going on around that I need to warn you guys about. Number one, stimulus check scammers might send you a fake check in order to steal money from you. You need to be aware of this for fake stimulus checks and potentially fake child tax credit checks. Okay. Officials have warned to be wary of stimulus check scammers who send out fake checks in order to steal money from taxpayers. The Department of Justice urged Americans to be vigilant as a new wave of scams sweep the country ahead of the next round of stimulus payments being sent out. In a statement on Wednesday, they told how the IRS says that they have identified a range of stimulus check scams and other financial schemes designed to steal money and other personal information from taxpayers. Monthly checks set to be sent out to families. I think they're talking about the child tax credits here in September, October, November, and December, alongside the upcoming tax filing season, has encouraged criminals to trick honest taxpayers out of their hard-earned money. I urge citizens to remain alert, to be skeptical of any telephone calls, emails, or websites that request personal information or banking information while promising money or services that seem too good to be true. Scammers have been sending out a physical check, which appears to be identical to government-issued checks. After victims deposit the payment, the con artists then get in touch, pretending to be a government advisor, and claim the amount has been overpaid. Then they swindle the funds from unsuspecting Americans by asking them to return some of the money. Also, I probably should mention, I haven't mentioned this in a while, that there are scams always pretty much going on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. I will never comment down below in the comments asking you to contact me on WhatsApp for investment advice with a phone number or anything like that, okay? There's always these scams going on in the comment section of YouTube. It's also on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and other stuff like that. But of course, this is YouTube, so I need to kind of warn you guys about this. I haven't mentioned this in a while. YouTube's been pretty good about this, and I'm pretty good about this when I do see the scammers in the comments. I ban them, but YouTube's been very good about kind of banning them and preventing them from making new accounts. They've kind of been reducing this scam spam, imposter spam, where they try to impersonate me. They try to name themselves It's Jimmy or a variation of It's Jimmy, and then say, "Hey, it's me, it's Jimmy. Contact me on WhatsApp for Bitcoin or something like that." And they put some weird phone number and they say, "Contact me." Yeah, it's not me. It's never me. I'll never ask you to contact me on WhatsApp or with a phone number or anything like that. And they always put some weird type of phone number with all sorts of characters in there and stuff like that. They do that to try to get around the spam filters and to get around the spam filters and the block filters and stuff like that. So there's spam filters on that to try to block all that stuff. And if you ever see that, just ignore that or contact me or anything like that. I block them as soon as I see them, and just know that it's a scam. Just best thing to do is just pretty much ignore it. And I tend to block them pretty quickly as soon as I see them. Just ignore it. It's a scam, and just know that I will never give you a phone number to contact me or anything like that. Now, however, I do need to let you guys know, for anybody with the child tax credits that didn't get your August payment, which is apparently millions of people, you can see in this article from Forbes, the August payment from the child tax credits, the $250 to $300 monthly payments, there's millions of people that didn't get them. You guys can comment down below if you did or didn't get them. And a lot of people that got their July payments from the child tax credits, the August payment is being sent out by accident via a paper check, even if you got the July check via direct deposit. And please comment down below if you got this. If you got your July child tax credit via direct deposit and you got your August check via paper check, please comment down below and just let our viewers know that this is the case for you, just so our other viewers know that this is real and that they know that this is actually happening. Because I know, again, with the scams going on, this is kind of confusing. And please just be aware that if you haven't gotten your child tax credit for August, that it could be coming in the mail. So yeah, the August child tax credits, the IRS has really kind of messed them up. And just be aware going forward that even if you're on direct deposit, that at any given month, they could send you a paper check or mess the payment up because, well, it's the IRS. And yeah, they're sending out 65 million checks every month. So at any given month, just be aware that they could mess it up. Oh, yeah. And by the way, the IRS also says that there's 35 million tax returns behind as well. So, so yeah, as you can see here, the IRS is a hot mess. Yeah, they're a hot mess. And there's no other way to say it, but they're a hot mess. Congress is a hot mess too. Whether you're a Republican or a Democrat, everything about the government is pretty much a hot mess. Speaking of Congress, Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats are trying to gather their composure, and they're fighting amongst themselves. They're fighting amongst themselves. I have several different headlines here about a couple different things here. So number one, they're trying to, yeah, they're trying to do a couple different things. Let me just kind of, so yeah, they have a couple different Democrats threatening mutiny over Nancy Pelosi's plan to not vote on the infrastructure package because the initial plan was to basically wait until they passed the stimulus package in the Senate, which is this. As you can see here, House Democrat moderates lay out a battle lines as Nancy Pelosi stands firm. So Nancy Pelosi is still standing firm. That basically saying they still are waiting for the Senate to pass the stimulus package in the Senate, and then they want to vote on them together. However, there's 9 Democrats in the House that say, no, we want to vote on the infrastructure package now. And you can see here, Nancy Pelosi, I don't know if you can see this, it's kind of small. Nancy Pelosi can only afford to lose 3 votes in the House, and they will need near all the votes for the Democrats to pass the budget resolution. The problem is that there's more Democrats in the House that actually want to wait on passing both in the Senate than the moderates. Okay, there's more progressives in the House of Representatives that actually want more stimulus and they actually want to wait to pass both the stimulus package and the infrastructure package as kind of an insurance plan. So Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer are both doing a balancing act to basically balance the moderates and the progressives. Okay, the moderates are the kind of guys that lean a little bit towards the Republican side, and the progressives are the kind of guys that lean farther left. They're the guys that really push for a lot of stimulus, and the moderates are the kind of guys that lean, a little bit right. They lean a little bit towards the Republican side, the Joe Manchins and the Kirsten Cinemas. And they're really kind of going through a balancing act here because they need every single Democrat in the Senate, all 50 of them, to vote yes. And they're going to need 99.9% of them in the House to vote yes as well. But this is the exact same thing that they did in the third stimulus check package. And when all was said and done, they did get all the votes, okay? In fact, when they did the first two procedural votes on the stimulus package, the $3.5 trillion stimulus package in the Senate, all 50 Democrats did vote yes. Okay, but those are really just procedural votes, motions to proceed to vote going forward. The big votes are going to be when they actually put the bill together and what's going to be in the bill, what they spend the money on. Okay, that's going to be where we see, hey, stimulus money, where is it going to be spent? That's where we're going to see Democrats stand up and say, no, the money's got to be spent on this. The money's got to be spent on that. That's where we're going to see what Democrats are actually going to stand up for. Are they actually going to stand up for stimulus checks? Are they going to stand up for child tax credit checks? Are they going to stand up for adult tax credit checks? Are they going to stand up for what else they stand up for? We did actually see three stimulus items passed here in the last like 2 weeks without Congress. That kind of goes over it more. But if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe down below. I will keep you up to date with everything going on in Congress, going on in Washington, D.C., going on with stimulus, and going on in our country, going on in our country, going on in our